Hello, Seiiti Arata. Our brain is very good at coming up with ideas, creating solutions, imagining possible futures, but it is really bad at storing and retrieving information, especially compared to a computer. This is a fact that has been noticed by great thinkers for a long time, and that is why great intellectuals always had notebooks, also known as commonplace books. In these notebooks, thinkers would jot down anything that was important because they knew they couldn't rely on their own brain to retrieve that information later. This concept of commonplace books has evolved into the digital world, and today there are several apps where you can build what some people call a second brain, a personal cloud or personal knowledge management system. For example, Standard Notes, Evernote, Notion, Google Keep, OneNote, Obsidian, and Roam Research. And what specifically would a second brain be? It is for you to find out what is the ideal solution for you that works as a good combination between a study notebook, a personal diary, and a notepad. You can think of it as a private, stable digital file with your most valuable memories, your ideas for the future, and the knowledge that you acquire over time to manage your own life. Your mind has evolved to have ideas but not to store and retrieve huge amounts of information. Today we consume a much larger amount of information than we did a few years ago. There is so much information that we often feel overwhelmed, and even worse, we are unable to put into practice much of what we consume. That is why you should consider seriously building your second brain, your digital system for storing information, and above all, for retrieving that information when you need it. And to do this, you need to take a few steps. The first one is to choose how you will acquire all this information. Here you can choose one of the many note-taking apps on the market, paying attention to features such as ease of capturing information, cloud storage, so you can access it from anywhere, on any device, the privacy level that you desire, and the precision of the search tool. You may even need more than one app. There are some that are very good for saving links or pages on the internet, others that are better for images, others for voice notes. You can have as many as you want, but please focus on keeping it to a minimum. The second step in building a second brain is to actually use the note-taking apps in your daily life to capture the information that you find interesting. So whenever you read an interesting passage in a book or on a website, whenever you watch a video with a good idea, whenever you listen to a podcast with some useful information, take note, save it, capture. Don't rely on your memory. Save what you found interesting in this digital second brain, even if at that moment you don't know exactly what you're going to do with that or how you're going to use that piece of information. Because in the future, when you need something, you can search your private database, and then you're going to be able to retrieve exactly the information that you need when you need it. Personal knowledge management systems are not only useful for those who are in the creative economy. Anyone can benefit from a second brain. There is a myth that only those who work creatively need a notebook to be capturing their notes and ideas. You don't have to be a musician, an artist, a filmmaker to take advantage of a digital brain. There you can be a stay-at-home mother who needs just to know with precision which medications your children have taken. You can be a car mechanic who needs to have a catalog or which parts have been used to solve problems of specific cars. You could be a business administrator who needs access to the right information for each client, for each supplier. Any type of work involves some type of knowledge management, and that is why anyone will benefit from having a digital database with all the information that they need. Now, you might be thinking that the internet itself already does that. It is a huge database, and that Google can be your friend to find any information that you need. But the main difference is that the internet is a public database. It is unstable. The information on the internet is there for anybody, but it can stop being available from one day to the next. For example, your second brain, on the other hand, it is private, it is there, it is stable. Private because only you can have access to it, and because it stores the information that is interesting to you. The book passages that you took notes on, the medications that you took, the trips that you took, the clients you serve. It is stable because the information that you put there will stay there for a long time until you decide to take it out. After capturing information, you need to organize it so that it will be useful in your daily life. Capturing information in an app is just the first step in building your second brain. Once you have collected all that you need to organize it in a way so that this information can be applied in your life. Usually the apps will throw all the captured information into some type of an inbox. And then from time to time, you should take the items that you captured from this inbox and then put them into the right folders according to the subject. These subjects can be different areas of your life, like health and work, education, family, finance, and so on. Just think like this. In what area am I going to be likely to use this information? Then you can transfer that information to that folder. You can empty your inbox. Some productivity methods recommend that you do this organization once a week. But in fact, it depends a lot on the amount of information that you capture. You can take a look at our Seiiti Arata Academy, episode number 11, on the book Getting Things Done for more details. It may be that in your case, it makes more sense to empty your inbox every 2 weeks or maybe monthly. Now, the important thing is just to have a routine. Don't worry about losing too much time organizing everything either. You don't need to create super specific folders and thousands of tags and subfolders. Every good app has a search system. So whenever you want to retrieve the information, you can just search for the keyword and then you quickly find whatever you need. This, by the way, is the main advantage of using a digital information storage. Now remember that a second brain is just a means. It's not an end in itself. Your second brain is nothing more than a tool to help you to store and retrieve information whenever necessary. You shouldn't worry too much about creating a perfect system with everything organized in this note-taking app that has thousands of different features. No, the purpose is not to have a perfect system. It is to convert all the information into useful, applicable, effective knowledge to improve your personal, your professional life. See, there are hundreds of videos on YouTube and blog posts and podcasts talking for hours and hours about how you can specifically set up a second brain and carefully analyze a lot of different note-taking apps. So instead of getting into the details about which apps are the popular ones this year, what it is Notion or Evernote, OneNote, Wrong Research, Standard Notes, and so on, it is much better for you to first have clarity about what you need and experiment to see if it meets your needs. If you find yourself jumping from one app to another app and losing too much time organizing your notes, stop for a moment. Take a step back and remember what the real purpose of having a digital brain is. It is to help you, otherwise your work will all be completely useless. But you have come this far, is unlikely to make this mistake. No matter if you have a job more or less based on the creativity economy or not, you know that your brain is excellent for having ideas, but it loses badly to machines when it comes to storing and retrieving information. So nothing better than combining all the features, the advantages of each one of these and creating a second digital brain to improve your personal and professional life. A second brain is a private, stable digital database that you can build to do what your human brain doesn't do as well as a machine, which is to store and retrieve information accurately. And to do this, you can simply choose one or more note-taking apps and start creating the habit of capturing everything that is interesting whenever you're browsing the internet, when you read books, or watch videos, or listen to podcasts. And from time to time, you can just empty the inboxes and organize the information in specific folders and let the search system do the rest whenever you need to retrieve the information. Creating a second brain can save you a lot of time in your life since you won't have to remember or you don't want to find on the internet all the types of information that you've seen before. But there are other productivity techniques that can make your life much better, can manage your life better, your time better. For learn all of these, now I want to invite you to a special lesson from the Productivity Ninja course on time management. And to do this, you can go to the address arata.se/time management.